My dreams come true. It's raining men. How good is that? I'm so lucky. A couple of my friends came in from out of state, and they're both men, so I'm single, and I've got two men shacking up for the weekend. How good is this? Life is great. Oh, I had to get that out of there. So when I was talking to Dooley about what I was going to talk about, he put me on the spot because he didn't tell me what we were going to talk about when he was interviewing me. And he said, so what are you going to talk about? I'm like, I have no idea. Well, you got to tell us something. So the thing that popped in my head at the moment, because Nate is always on the job, was fear. Fear. So my topic is fear versus truth. So let's start with some definitions, right? There's a lot of them out there, but the one that really resonated with where I thought I would go with this was the definition of fear: an emotional response to an actual threat. And it's a fundamental survival mechanism. Whoa. We are living in a world where we are fight, flight response. We are in the back of our brain, in the amygdala, freaked out. I didn't say it, right? We are living like that, and we have no way as a society to get ourselves to the frontal cortex so we can actually think logically. Because the stuff that's going on around us is absolutely illogical. It makes no sense. And I know I'm speaking to the choir, but what is your truth? Because the definition of a truth is a fact or belief that is accepted as true and proven by facts. So the stuff that they're spewing all over the place is as far remote from the truth that it could possibly be. Nobody is talking about the truth out there unless we step up to the plate and speak the truth. So I'm going to ask you and challenge you right now. Where are you subconsciously? Where have you been over the last year subconsciously? Have you been in fear mode? Were you petrified to open your doors? Are you still scared with your doors open? Are you listening to the garbage that we're being bombarded with that is not true at all, and allowing those questions that happen in our offices every day to decide your truth? Or do you know your truth? Are you vested in your truth in your soul? Because I know I am. What are you telling your community? Are you telling them they've been lied to, that they've been manipulated, that they've been coerced, that they're being bullied, and that it's all lies? Are you telling them that? Or are you afraid? I can tell you I was never afraid. Was never afraid. I knew that they needed the message of chiropractic for health and healing. I didn't know anything about that V, and I still don't care. Really. I live in the truth of how the human body works and what chiropractic is all about, which is allowing that inborn innate potential within each of us to do what it's designed to do, which is adapt, heal, function, perform. I don't care what labels you give it on the end of that with adjectives and adverbs. We know that life happens best when our body's performing at its best. And the only way that can happen is to make sure that you have no interference in that nerve supply, that life supply, so that your body can be at its very best, so that if you are impacted by viruses, that you won't succumb to it. What are you telling them? Are you telling them that there's no amount of poison that they can put in a potion or a needle that will ever bring back their ability to perform at their best, to be at their best, to adapt at their best? Are you telling them that? Or are you just going along and avoiding the conversation? Don't be afraid to speak the truth. We were designed absolutely perfect according to God's plan. I know that in my soul. I know that. I know that that's why I was chosen to be a chiropractor. Isn't that why you were chosen to be a chiropractor? You know that that God-given potential is in each and every one of us. And the only way we can express it fully and completely is you have to have your spine and nervous system checked regularly, now more so than ever before, because of all this toxic crap going on around us. What are you sharing in your office? Are you speaking with confidence when your patients come in? When your folks come in and they say, have you got it? Were you sending me a delivery? Did you send it to my house? Because I didn't get it here. Think about that. Did you get it? What are you talking about? The vax. I got natural immunity. Huh? Yeah, get on the table. Okay. I mean, do you dare go against mainstream media? Do you dare? Anybody stepping up to that plate? I have. I've been in jail, right? A year ago, before the thing happened, I was in jail for 90 days. 90 days because I was adamant about posting about our right to have religious freedoms to choose. And I don't have any skin in the game. My kid's grown. But I do have skin in the game. I was chosen to be a chiropractor, to share the truth. And there are children out there dying because they've been lied to. And there are parents making decisions because they've been lied to, and they're bad decisions. Because they've been lied to and bullied and manipulated. Are you trying to fit in? Are you wearing your face diaper? Because I don't. Are you afraid the chiropractic board's going to call you? They sent me a message. And I sent it to the attorney. And that malpractice insurance decided not to renew my malpractice. This is what's in our profession. I immediately found another company that supported chiropractic. Now, all I had was a complaint because this person did not like the things that I posted. And because I went to my malpractice insurance to say, hey, I need some representation to handle this crap, they said, we're not renewing your malpractice. The hell is going on? We're eating our own, man. And we've got the truth with us. Within the confines of our profession, we know the truth about health and healing. How dare they? I didn't let it ruffle my feathers, though. I'm like, all right, I'm in jail. Well, I had a little time because not everybody was coming in. So I wrote appeals, and I wrote appeals, and I wrote appeals, and I wrote appeals, and somebody else. Okay. Until I could get out of jail so I can start talking again. Have you caved under the pressure? Have you? Are you afraid to speak up? Are you afraid to rip that thing off your face and tell your patients that they need oxygen in order to be as healthy as they were designed to be? They need that. It's a necessity of life, just like the life impulse that runs through your nervous system. From the brain down, inside out, it happens no other way. And we chiropractors are the only ones that talk about it. We're the only ones that take care of it. We're the only ones who can manage it. Are you telling them that? Are you telling them to stop listening to that stuff? They're lying to you. It's not true. Here's some stuff. Here's some truth. Don't take my word for it. I'm a little crazy. Here's some truth. People want and need the truth. They're so desperate for it. Guys, I believe when I wake up in the morning, I'm so fired up because I know that our practices are going to explode because of the lies that they've been told and the decisions they made based on those lies. They're going to be pissed. Now, we were pissed initially. Don't get pissed anymore. Get fired up with your message. Come on in. So what happens when that new patient walks in your door and they're wearing their face diaper? And you put them in that room over there and you put on, we have these plastic things that stick out like this for the new patient for the moment. And when I walk in to do my consultation, I see them fidgeting and I go, that's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, I can't stand it. I go, I'm face friendly. You mean I could take it off? I go, hell yeah, take that off. You're never going to be healthy wearing it. And I go, you don't mind if I take mine off, do you? I get an agreement. Because in order to sell them the truth, you've got to be in agreement with your customer, client, patient, I don't care what you call them. You must find agreement. They want that truth. They want to know. And it's like when you come here to New Beginnings and you show up and Jim and the family goes, welcome home. Wow, right? When that new patient comes in and they rip off their mask and you throw, I purposely rip it off and I go, throw it in the corner on the floor. And I almost want to go, hey, welcome home, baby, I'm Italian. I want to hug and smooch him. I try not to. We as a society have been living in fear for far too long. And we as chiropractors know the devastating effects of what fear can do to the human body. It crashes the immune system. How do you get sick? A crashed immune system. Hello, this is our message. This is our time. No better time than right now, and I know I've heard it for not quite 30 years. I haven't been in practice that long, but we've been hearing about this is the greatest time to be a chiropractor. It's time for our message to be crystal clear. You need to know that you know that you know that you stand in your truth, that you're not going to cower to the pressures of acceptance, because they are going to rebel. Because they're going to see the devastating effects of the decisions that they've made because they've been lied to. And they need to have a place to come home to. And we can't stand in judgment. I kind of like being the black sheep of the family. My family's all gotten in line against every piece of research I've sent them and every conversation I had to them. Didn't matter. Might as well talk to the wall. In Italian, we say gabados, right? How can, some of my family members are quite educated. How can you be so educated and be so damn dumb? And then if I'm the person who has to take care of the kids, if you croak, you better make, is the life insurance paid up before you're getting your second shot? Did you pay your life? Honestly said that. I want to live a good life if I got to try that parent thing again. Right? We need to have some critical thinking about how health occurs in the human body. It certainly doesn't occur by injecting garbage into your body. It certainly doesn't occur by being bombarded repetitively with all kinds of negative propaganda. You've got to lead them on the path to where they really, truly want to be. They just don't know that they want to be there yet because they're too scared to question what they've been told. It's our job to step up to the plate and share that truth. Because if we aren't doing it, who is telling them what? That message out there is disgusting. I try not to be angry, but sometimes it comes through. What we have as chiropractors is just so darn simple and easy. We don't have to get all technical mumbo jumbo with them. They just want to know. Listen, I know you feel the way you do. I respect you. I love you. Let's get you checked, regardless of what their decision is. Because I know that whatever decision that they made, they are a better expression of themselves when they've had a chiropractic adjustment and their subluxations have been reduced, versus they've been injected and they have a subluxation and they're not seeing the chiropractor. Are you going to pass judgment on them for the decisions they made at that moment? Because maybe they've never even heard the chiropractic truth. Are you telling the chiropractic truth in your office? Because many chiropractors are not. They're not. No wonder people don't know what it is that we do as chiropractors, because we don't even have a unified message. Our schools don't give us a unified message. Our profession certainly doesn't. So we have to get together in groups like this to raise up our standards of how we communicate. Somebody talked earlier about not selling. I'm here to say I sell every freaking day. I sell life in my office. I sell the opportunity for them to be a beautiful expression of themselves, to reconnect them to their higher selves so that they can be all that they were destined to be. Because I know if they are subluxated, they will never achieve that from a health perspective or any other perspective for that matter. Do you believe that? Because if you don't, you need to keep coming back to New Beginnings. Because that's where I learned it. Right here in these rooms, amongst you, for the last 20 plus years. They want to know how to be healthy. They desperately want to know how to avoid the vid or anything else for that matter. It's irrelevant what you label it. It's about expressing maximum health potential. And there's only one way we can make sure that happens. And that is by removing that nerve interference. And your skill set better be top notch. Because if you've been rusty because you've been slow or whatever, you better get your game on. Because it is game time, tournament time. Get in there. And Ernie Landy talked about getting in there and, putting that impulse in there. You better be doing it. Since when does someone other than a chiropractor get to talk about what it is that we do as chiropractors and talk about health and healing? Who knows better than us? There isn't a fool out there that knows better than us. I call them fools because they are. When a pediatrician is proudly standing up on the news and talking about how the sacrificial lamb was their baby at 18 months, was on the news the other day. It makes me crazy. What's your truth, man? Are you standing up for your truth? Are you standing up for our truth, which is chiropractic? We got stiff competition out there. You better get out there and sell life. Because lives depend on it. Families depend on it. Humanity needs what we have. We have the greatest solution of health on this freaking planet. We need to be shouting it from the mountaintops. What it is that we do, what it is that we know, so that people have an opportunity to reconnect themselves to their very selves so that we have a better expression of them within humanity. So I want to share with you 2 patients. First patient's name is Harry. Harry was a 40-some-odd-year-old guy, had a great life, had a great career, family. Harry got sick. Harry went to the doctor, medical doctor, and he was given some labels. He went through whatever treatments the doctors recommended, and he died in his early 40s, leaving behind his wife, who had an 8th grade education and didn't work, and his only child. And then I think of Joe. Joe was a guy who wanted to be a doctor. But he was sick most of his adult life. And he thought the only passageway for him to be able to become a doctor was through the military to get some financial help. Unfortunately, his sicknesses and labels kept him from the military, so he was not able to become a doctor. So he wound up becoming a radiology technician. But he was sick all the time, even though he met the love of his life, and they wound up having 3 children. Joe got so sick of being sick that he decided his life wasn't worth living anymore. And Joe attempted to take his own life, only to be discovered by his wife after work when she picked up those 3 kids. He survived that. Eventually, he succumbed to the illnesses and medical treatments that he had, dying at the age of 35. How many Joes or Harrys are out there that you haven't told the truth to? What if somebody had told them about chiropractic? Because I share those, because Harry was the grandfather I never got to meet. And Joe was my father. And I was 7. I was chosen to be a chiropractor because I know damn well no family should ever have to go through what my family went through.